to Garden Talk with Jason and Don. Tonight, an audience of you. Viewer discretion is advised.
You know what I mean? And then you enjoy it yourself while you're telling it because it makes you laugh too. But the fact that somebody is laughing with you makes you laugh to it too.
Yeah.
And it gives you permission to laugh at your own, story. You know what I mean? And I think that's the difference.
At different points when I start giggling, I push the giggle as far as I can to try to get the other people to giggle.
Oh, yeah.
And I started really doing this a lot at AA meetings. I tell hell of a stories at AA
But your
meetings.
facial expressions is what before you even say it, like you start like that, you'll be sitting there and it's like something clicked in your head.
The light goes on.
And then your eyes go wide, and then the smile comes. You go, and then you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
I wanted to record you. I don't know why I did that. I was trying to record you.
Why do you want to record me?
No, then turn around and record me. Well, we were just talking about the makings. This is just not. It was just. I like to record our random conversations.
Oh,
See,
sure.
rather than just the stories we do, but our random
Right.
kind of random conversations. It's I get high when I tell the stories. I mean, I literally get.
Well, that
high.
basically.
Is it recording?
Yeah. That basically relaxes you,
It's
so
really
that your
endorphins.
inhibitions are put aside.
They're gone.
And then you can open up.
I can tell the story, and I edit a lot of it out. A lot of what I'm thinking out. Because I had some dark thoughts against her on the way there that were just not, PC. Let's just leave it that way. They were not PC, but I think I was entitled to those.
I'm surprised you could walk when you got out of there. I would have been so nervous and upset. My legs would be, where you could barely walk.
I got upstairs and I put all the groceries away. I got the groceries away, and first I walked the dogs.
Right.
And I walked the dogs, and then I still in the dream like fucked up state.
Right.
And then because I'm not supposed to be walking the dogs by myself, but my caregiver left. So, I came back upstairs and I was like, now what do I do? Let's drink some coffee and have a Red Bull. Let's do. And then after that Red Bull, about 4:00, that was about 1. Oh, I ate lunch. Some of that fabulous food that I bought. I made something nice for myself for lunch. And I don't remember what it was, but I made something fabulous for myself. And then I drank a Red Bull. And then comes 4:00, I drank another Red Bull because I found out you were home. And I was going to make sure that I was up that night because we had stories to talk about. Because I hadn't seen you. And then we talked till 3 in the fucking morning.
Yeah. We had a good night. We had fun that night.
3 in the morning.
I mean, we were doing all kinds of creativity along the way, creating characters like crazy. You know what I mean? It was hilarious.
When we were watching me, this is weird. We're filming me talking about watching me, but why not?
Yeah.
As I'm listening to it, because I hear your voice and my hearing is only 40% of my hearing. So
Right.
anyway, I can't tell if it's you talking or if it's you talking.
Yeah.
Because it's like, but I know what you mean about the facial expressions.
Yeah.
Like my favorite one is when I do the, Hey, but I just can't do it now. But when it comes up and I do it, I have to, because that's literally how I think about things.
And then you have the other one like this where you go.
Oh yeah, is it
like you're seeing it in your head first, and you oh God, we got to get the camera on, and you're ready to go, and then you come in and you say, now what were we going to do? That cracks me up right there. You say, now what were we going to do?
Well, literally, as soon as you hit record, I'm like, hey, my brain, it just goes, dang.
And I think to myself, What's your damn thought?
You're the one that wanted to say something. I don't
I'm
know.
reacting to your what's about to come. Nothing's coming. You say, and what are we?
There are a lot of funny stories that I've lost that just don't. That just we
But
just
you know how funny that is, though.
Mhm.
I mean, you get the thought, and then all of a sudden you go blank. You say, "What were we going to talk about?" Well, you didn't tell me. I don't know. But just watching your mind and your facial expressions, I know something good's coming, and usually it does. But then you have those, now what were we, oh, maybe I need to go out and get something first and have something to drink
smoke a cigarette.
or do something to try to get it back. And then sometimes you get it back and you're practically running back and oh, I know what it is. Oh, is it on? Is it on? And then you start.
But
it's crazy business. You can never sit down and write this stuff.
Yeah, you can. This is ad libbing. This is complete. These are stories that are going to be written into monologues for actors perform for life, and that's one thing I would like to do is put these in, make monologues of them, literally
Right.
monologues. God. Yeah, so I drank a few Red Bulls and then I came over and saw you. Later on that evening after I made a cheese platter and some shrimp, which you didn't eat, but you had the cheese platter, and I think I brought something else I don't remember.
Something sweet, I think.
Oh, I had pizzelles.
Yeah.
I had the pizzelles and
Yeah.
I had ice cream to eat with the pizzelles or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What you say about my facial expressions is when I'm watching that, I literally want it's bizarre to see myself with those kind of facial expressions.
But you know what? That actually has changed your personality. Because what it did when you first saw this, it was like,
well, the first time we
Is
saw
this
it was
really
on New
me?
Year's when we watched Juanita the
I know,
first time. Yeah.
but it was like, is this really me? Then all of a sudden you had this excitement to want to keep going because it's like, okay, I can do this. I can, because you didn't think you could do this ever on film. And now you're seeing you can.
And we have been for the past 8 months.
And all of a sudden you bloomed. You know what I mean? You bloomed into,
something.
a funny character. And then you created characters.
I'm creating character. We are.
But what I'm saying is,
yeah.
all this creativity's coming because now you know you can do this, and you have permission to do this. You don't have to be afraid of it, and now you've overcome that obstacle. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And now you can enjoy it because that's what a good actor does. They have to first see themselves,
and they have to learn to enjoy and to accept themselves. Because
exactly,
for years
and see what their talents really are.
For years when I was younger, anything I saw that I didn't like it, 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 didn't like it. I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't cute enough. I didn't pause right. I didn't do something. Now I don't give a shit. No, I just don't give it. Now I don't give a shit.
Because you were not judging your talent. You were judging what you believe your image was.
I was trying to be somebody else back then.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to be somebody else.
Right.
And I wasn't being me.
Right. But now you see this is you. This is the true you. And it looks good on film. You look good on film. You talk well.
If the lighting's right and I put enough pancake makeup under my eyes, you can't tell that you can't tell that I look like fucking Amber Palpatine from Star Wars. No. It takes 20 years off.
Sometimes it's just something like that could make the difference too. Like it could be your trademark. Like somebody likes that particular thing about you. You know what I mean? Because it is a part of what they see. If
I would pursue acting and be more of a character actor.
Mm.
That's what I always wanted to do as a kid.
But this is definitely Saturday night stuff.
This is comedy. This is comedy shit.
Definitely Saturday night stuff.
Yeah.
Because I could just see it in my mind, these characters.
If I had a whole stage, and when I get
The
up and I do the
props and
animation with
everything.
props and everything, I could really fucking go to town. Now I'm literally between here and there. I'm trying to keep my space confined because of the camera.
Exactly. That's what makes the difference. And like I say, I've seen you evolve really well into this, and you make it fun. I have fun with you doing this because I enjoy your humor, your way of telling stories.
I enjoy the way you bring it out of me. You ask You ask just the right question, just enough to keep me going. Yeah.
Well, remember, I did produce and direct, so I
Yeah.
got used to seeing things in people and how to bring it out in them. You know what I mean? Even though I never done that before professionally. Huh?
It's a 20 time. It's just funny.
Yeah. We
If
all
you-
have a talent of our own to do
Yeah.
something to make something work. You know,
I agree.
it's just bringing the right people together to do it. You could never do this with somebody else. It wouldn't be the same because they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably one of the easiest going people to get along with as far as stuff like this. I don't get say, oh, I don't get negative.
I can say anything to you and it won't offend you.
No.
Whereas other friends of mine would think, like I said, that I was going to go too far, and I just get right up to that edge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes you got to be a little dirty to be good because you can take things out. You know, you can always change things up.
Right.
You know, but sometimes you got to just let the thing flow to make it real. You know?
I still got to make the go in Photoshop and make the Crescent Supreme toothpaste.
Oh yeah.
So we can do the Kelly Rip. We can do my version of, instead of Crescent Supreme, of brushing my teeth 9-10 times a day, and just
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing though.
But see, that's the fun thing, you know.
Yeah.
And like I say, I like the idea when we start doing some sponsor stuff, you know, taking things and because if you take something that of a product and it actually turns out to be a good skit with it, now you're going to have that company wanting to put money into being your sponsor because that's how you make it on the internet. You become an internet star because you get all these sponsors to, you know, help you, you know, and then from there you get big shows like Saturday Night Live or HBO or somebody giving you a little budget to do something like they did Josh Point Oh, you know what I mean?
I know.
With his comedy, so.
I think I'm doing this for an audience of you. This just happens to be recording.
Right.
So I think that's a big difference. I know that the camera's there, but this is different. I'm doing it for you to make you laugh.
Right.
And whereas like if it was scripted, it wouldn't be as good.
No, like I said, you can't write this stuff down. This got to happen naturally.
Like the story I've told you before, and at some point we'll record it in the future again, or we didn't record it before, was about my brother with the bunk bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when I scared him?
Yeah.
But I've never recorded that one. But every time I tell that story, that's always when I've always wanted to tell.
Yeah. Well, we'll do that. We'll
I know,
do that
another time.
night. Yeah. And just put it down to bed. You know, just put things down.
Go hang out with your brother.
Right here, where our audience is downstairs.
A mother's advice.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next time.